let's look ahead to day three rather. Was there some surprise? We kind of wondered whether Ben Stokes might declare at some point today, and as the lead pushed beyond 500 or towards 500, no team has ever successfully hauled in a score in excess of 418. Half an hour tonight, especially with that weather forecast for tomorrow, you never know, could be wiped out. But was there a feeling that maybe England batted a bit too long?
No, not so much batted too long. I thought England would have declared tonight. I thought they would have had 40 minutes, but I think just before tea and just after tea, Joe Root and Harry Brook, I thought New Zealand starved them of boundaries, bowled quite well, and the scoring rate went from sort of 5.5 and over to 4.9 and over. So I think once that happened, then the number of 500 was going to come probably too close to the close of play for Ben to make a meaningful decision. I think if England was still scoring at 5.5 and over, and England got to 40 minutes or so 45 minutes before close, so 5:45, and England were 500 in front, I think Ben would have declared. But I think because of the way the game was going and where the situation was at, I think Ben came out, had a little bit of a license to have a go and a swing, and now they run the risk of, not run the risk because they've got 3 days and it doesn't matter about the wind. I mean, the wind, the rain, whatever comes. England have got 3 full days to take 10 wickets, and they will take 10 wickets. Likelihood is they'll do it tomorrow. But the run the risks is not the right word. But now you're getting close to Joe Root getting to a milestone, and I think England will want that. If Joe Root comes out and gets 10, 15 quickly tomorrow morning, all of a sudden he's in the 80s, and then you have to prolong that a little bit longer. It might work in their favour because Latham and Conway will have more time on their feet to think about what's happening. The second new ball, like Gus has just mentioned, could go and fly. It could nick Joe Root off. But I'd imagine tomorrow morning, when they do come out to bat, I think once Joe Root gets out or gets to 100, I think then England will declare.
Another big moment in the day today. You sampled a local delicacy known as whitebait. Back for more tomorrow on day 3?
No.
Do you know what it is yet?
No. I mean, obviously it's a little fish.
Well,
it was winking at me.
What?
I mean, it nearly said me name. I mean, it was just look disgusting. It felt disgusting.
Steady on, don't offend the locals. They're very
disgusting.
Very hospitable.
I love New Zealand. I think the world of this place, and I mean, you can hear my voice how much I cherish the craft beer, the wine tasting that we've had. But that's one day. I mean, I thought I was at a bush tucker trial. I thought Anton Deck was standing behind me. I really did. I mean, chuck a Chinese in front of me any day of the week. But a fish which is about similar size as your little finger, with an eye that's staring at you. I'm sorry, not for me.
Okay.
I think you can say I didn't like it.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow on day 3. And essentially, it's quite clear for England that even with that wind that's forecast and the rain, possibly 3 full days, we'll see Joe Root knock off the runs he needs. 36th Test century if he manages it. I mean, that's mind-boggling in itself. The whitebait will be winking if that occurs. And then it's over to Atkinson and Carse and Wokes and Stokes, who I'm telling you right now is going to be bowling into the wind to allow his premier fast bowlers to bowl with it. Rattle off the 10 wickets England need. A couple of days of golf for you, for Scott, the producer, possibly the England cricket team, and a series win live on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2.
Then you'll hear me speaking positively about New Zealand and its culture, the golf courses.
Well, there's golf courses, there are vineyards, there's craft beer, there's culture, there's one of the best museums in the world, by the way, Topapa Museum. I've told our video producer Katie she's got to go there. Maybe you should too, Harmy, but we are set fair, aren't we? 2 days of fast-forward cricket. 15 wickets falling on day 1 in Wellington for only the second time in the history of Test cricket, which is charted all the way back to 1930. We saw one of the most remarkable of all of Harry Brook's remarkable centuries overseas. That was day 1. And let's not forget the way that England's bowlers backed up Brook and Pope and really possibly sealing the series on day 1 here at New Zealand's spiritual and physical home. the Basin Reserve. Today was all about consolidation, really. After the early successes and the hat-trick, New Zealand bowled out for 125, and then with the bat, despite the fourth dismissal coming the way of Matt Henry, Crawley gone early. Scores of note for Bethell, Duckett, Brook and Root, who's unbeaten overnight on 73. So come back and join us tomorrow.